So hey guys, this is our little live stream post-tournament video that we do every Tuesday after the event. And we've got a full cast for you tonight. Let me bring our guest in. So coming in fifth place this past weekend, Mr. Ken Tackett is with us.
Hey guys.
Coming in fourth place and the co-angler of the team side pot win, Mr. Alex Van Dyke, AVD. Third place, the local boy himself, Mr. Hooksets with Ryan, is with us. We got second place coming out of Archdale, North Carolina, first time fishing with Foothills, Mr. Bobby Bowers.
Howdy.
And our first place and Lake Norman champion of event number 6, Cameron Saxon.
How's it going?
And guys, we're just here tonight. We're going to just have a little conversation with these anglers. I appreciate everybody's willingness to come on. Like I said, we got a full cast here tonight. Never had 6 people on the screen, but we're gonna roll with it and do our best with it tonight. And we're just gonna kick it off, and we'll start from 5th place and work our way to the grand finale. Mr. Cameron, the first place finisher from Saturday. And like I said, just have a conversation, talk about our day. Told these guys to reveal as much information and as many waypoints as they felt comfortable revealing. And we'll just start it off with Mr. Ken Tackett, from the star of the fishing story. But Ken, just tell us about your day. Tell us how you caught them. And like I said,
Well, it started out 5:30, and I pedaled off to this little shoal that I usually hit it first thing in the morning, and throwing top water, and I threw it for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I was getting a lot of short strikes, nothing connecting, and then I was thinking about making a move, and then as I was making the move, I just decided to cast out while I was moving, and I got hit, got it in, and it was a 16 and a quarter, and I was just, wow, that's a great start. So, I was going to the next spot with high hopes, and then it was like 6 or 7 hours of just uneventful fishing, not one bite. And I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, God, I don't understand what's going on. I was catching them last Sunday. There was no issues, but I just could not get a bite to save my life. I had a better chance of catching COVID in China. It was terrible. Anyway, about 45 minutes left in the tournament. I was beating myself up, kind of complaining a little bit, and I was thinking, man, this is going to be the second time I let Alex down, because he's been my partner for 2 events now, and I was like, God, this is going to be the second time I let him down. And I just kept fishing. I got to this one shady dock, and I threw a shaky head under it, and I felt the bite, and when I set the hook, the fish just did not move at all. I mean, it was so heavy, and I just started freaking out. Like I haven't pulled anything in that heavy before in my life, and I got it in a boat. I was out of breath. That's how hard I fought that thing, and I got it on the measuring board, and I was like, I can't believe this thing's only 18 and 3/4, but it was 18 and 3/4. And it doesn't show it on my video, but I kept trying to get that third fish, and I hooked into one, and it spit my hook, and it spit shad all over me and everything else like that. And I was like, God, that was my fish right there. I'm not going to get another one. I looked down, I saw I had 9 minutes left, and I cast it under this one dock, and 9 minutes left. I hooked into that 17, got it on board, got my picture taken, was looking at the clock the entire time, hurry up. I got my picture taken, and I remember saying to myself, if I didn't win this tournament just now, I'm pretty darn close. And that's the closest I've ever been. That's the highest ever I've been up on the leaderboard. And biggest thing was I was able to come through for Alex. So Alex has taught me so much. When I first started back in February, I was struggling. I was on that bus, and I met him actually before I got into kayak fishing. I was out in my little paddle kayak just cruising and checking things out. Yeah. And he told me about the group. So he kind of got me on board, and he's taken me under his wing ever since, and just when he teaches me something, he doesn't show me exactly what I need to do. He just gets me in that ballpark and kind of pushes me and lets me figure it out, but he just gets me just enough to get going. And that's what I really love about it. But I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for that guy. So thanks, Alex. And that's my story.
Well, hold on. We're gonna show this.
Put me in the top 10. I just need to catch it first. So let me get at it.
This is your last fish, Ken.
Yeah.
Just really enjoyed the emotion, man. I was laughing and got goosebumps.
Stop recording.
Watching it the other night.
Another big one. Oh my gosh, it's another big one. It's another big one. Come on. Please, come on. Got it. Heck yeah, that's my limit. 10 minutes to spare. Holy crap. What a day. Oh my gosh. That is another big one. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm going to win this tournament or not, but I'm going to be pretty darn close. Don't you jump, all right? Calm down. Shoot. All right, guys. Just 10 minutes to spare, and I got my last one. A 17 and a quarter. Or it might be a 17, I don't know. Look at that thing. Here you go, guys. Last fish of the day. I'm going home a winner, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
That thing is fat.
Woo!
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about, Ken. For real.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's why we fish right there.
You can tell that's totally a rookie reaction.
Hey, I do the same reaction, kind of.
No, you only get that when you're fishing tournaments, I mean,
Yeah.
we're out there for that, and man, when it pays off, I mean, it was just a pleasure watching it, man.
Yeah,
Like, I got goosebumps when I was watching it last night. I was like, yeah.
if you're not getting that shaky feeling that you got when you catch a good one in a time like that, then you just need to go do something else.
That's right. So many times.
You could see my hands when I was trying to get the fourth set. I was just like shaking.
Yeah.
So many times we leave the water. I know I do, and Alex can attest to. And you're pissed off, man. You just had a horrible day, but that's what we're chasing right there, Ken.
Yes.
That moment, man, and you'll never forget that. I've got 2 or 3 of those moments myself that are just burned in my head, man, and that's why I keep going back chasing those moments.
Oh God,
That
it
was
was
good
great.
stuff, man.
I believe I agree with you 100% on that, because I mean I've had bad days, and I mean you just kind of a situation like that, it completely fills up your tank. It kind of just.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
That's bass fishing, especially tournament fishing, because I mean it's an emotional roller coaster.
Yes.
Extreme highs and extreme lows. I mean, in 30 seconds you can feel I hooked into a 4, and then freaking lose it 15 seconds later, and you're like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
And you learn so much about yourself, and I don't know how to handle that emotion, Alex, and and deal with those upsetting moments. I know I come back to the ramp the other day, and Ryan and Tori were there, and I had a pretty awful day, but you try to just let it go and get over it. But when you have moments like that, Ken, that's what it's all about, man.
Well, it was wonderful to have, and hopefully there's many more to come.
Yes, sir, man. You've been on a pretty good roll here lately.
Momentum going.
Yeah, Yeah, keep the momentum going. Well, Alex, we'll kick it over to you, man, and let you
All
tell
right.
us about your experience on Saturday.
So I decided to launch from Queens, and I really thought that I would be able to catch at least one, maybe two solid fish on a larger, oversized whopper plopper, a plopper 110.
Mm-hmm.
I've been catching some decent fish on that. I just really thought there would be some retreads around there that would want that easy meal this summertime. And I caught one 14-inch fish on that. And I mean, I threw it for a solid hour and a half. And I thought about Ryan and of like how he likes topwater. And maybe it's not one of those topwater days of like, I don't want to die on this hill this early already because I know there's fish in this area. So I put it down, and if I wasn't gonna fish on top, I wanted to fish on bottom because there's probably suspended fish, but I'm not good at fishing for suspended fish. So I'll start alternating between a shaky head and a drop shot. And I don't think I caught one on the drop shot. I might have caught a little one on the drop shot, a small one, but then I caught a 16 3/4 on a shaky head and was like, okay, I'm gonna throw this for a little while. And I fished through an area I figured I would get a limit, and I did. I only had 3 bites. I had that 14 on the plopper, and then a 16 3/4 on the shaky head, and I think I caught like a 15 on the shaky head. And got done in that area, made a quarter mile, half a mile, I don't know, half a mile move to an offshore spot that I knew there was some fish on in the middle of the week. And all that would bite were perch. I kept getting nipped on by perch. It was obnoxious. So I'm not that good at offshore fishing. So I was like, I'm wasting more time here. So I went back. Well, I went back and started fishing some pockets. And the first pocket I went into after I made a little run there were some other kayakers back there. So I was trying to get away from them, give them some space, and also not have to fish behind them. And the first pocket I came to, the first dock, dirt shallow, I caught a 17-inch largemouth. I'm talking dirt shallow. First pole, dirt shallow. And skipped a couple more docks and missed a good one. It felt like a good one. Threw back in the same spot and caught a 17 and a half. And then kept going around. Was the reason I chose this pocket first was I fished in the back of a lot of different boats or Norman. I like to get in the back of people's boats.
Yeah.
There's a dock that one of my buddies that we always go to back there that we usually catch 2.5, 3 pounder off of. And as I'm pulling up to it, the homeowner's on it, and he's like, man, you just missed it. 20 minutes ago, a guy in a boat caught a 3 pounder off here. I'm like, oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Where'd you get that?
Crushing my hopes here.
He told me, and I was either leave the pocket completely or fish back out. By this time, another kayaker had come in and started fishing down the other side. And I was like, well, maybe they're throwing something different. I had an idea what they were throwing, but I was like, I'm going to fish down through it. There's so many fish in here. Maybe they missed something. And I caught a 17 3/4 on a couple of two docks behind that one dock that I was really wanting to hit. And then fished the rest of that pocket, didn't catch nothing, went and fished another pocket that was similar, like the way it was laid out topographically. And everything in theory, there should have been fish in there, and I did not get a single bite. It still bothered me. Like, I can't figure out why that I did not get. I had all the bites in that one pocket and none in that one. But I decided to go back to the same pocket that I caught those fish. And I caught 2 more on a jig that were about 15 inches. It was a jig I tied, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty satisfying. They weren't big, but still fun. And then went back out and hit a couple offshore spots and rode the waves. Felt like I hadn't been to the beach this year yet, so I was like, I'm going to go pretend like I'm in the ocean. And I rode out there and bobbed around with the best of them. And ended up about 1:45. I was just beat and started pedaling back to the ramp. And that's when I was telling y'all earlier. I looked at the standings and I was like, I wonder I saw 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, okay, who's in 5th? And I seen Ken. I was like, hell yeah. I was for Ken as I was for myself for 4th place.
Yeah, dude.
It was awesome because I appreciate the kind words, Ken. Ken is I've taught Ken a lot, but Ken has done a lot on his own. it's not like I'm just going out here and holding Ken's hand and showing Ken my spots. Like Ken don't know half of where I fish. I promise. Like he does his own stuff. So it was very fulfilling though to see him catch those good fish and pull it through at the end. If there's anybody out there, like I said, watching, when you're starting out, it's so hard to stay till the end, especially when you haven't done well all day. Like when I first started, in my mind, it was like, if I ain't caught a fish by now, I'm not going to catch one. Mm-hmm. And until you stay and do it and catch those fish at the end like that and prove like, okay, you really do have to stay till the end. It's just really important to fish till that last buzzer, whether you're trying to get the win, whether you're trying to get the limit, whether you've got no fish and you're still just trying to learn something.
Yeah.
It's really important to fish till the end. And that's my spiel for this evening. I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, man. I mean, last 30 minutes. I mean, even myself, I didn't do great, but I did end up finding something that I'm going to go look at again. And I had 2 fish until the last hour. And then I caught 4 12-inch fish in an hour.
Yeah.
And hooked into a decent one, and it broke me off. But I did find the day wasn't in vain. I found something that I'm going to go back and check out that I never knew was there, and was all around it all day. And just the last hour, I noticed it. And
where'd you launch from?
Stumpy. Yep. Yeah. I went around the corner and fished offshore there in the last hour, just dead sticking a drop shot, man.
Yeah.
And, about every 15 minutes or something, I'd catch a fish. And I wished I'd have found that 4 hours earlier. And I probably could have caught 10 fish just sitting in that one spot. There's like 20 or 25 schooled up. And like I said, I caught a bunch of 12s, but I did hook into something nice, and it broke me off. But it wasn't in vain. But yeah, Ken showed that you fish till the end, man. In your video, you're saying that first quarter, halftime.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, man, I wanted to bring you guys on and tell that story and show Ken the videos. Good stuff.
Congrats on the team win. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
$280.
Brian, did you and Chuck get the first Norman team win?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Nice. We entered an elite club.
Yeah.
Hey, I really enjoy that team that pay in. Like, I mean, that's good. I like that. You get to pick your teammate.
Yeah, I like it too. You can fish with different people. You're not like you don't have to do don't get me wrong. Like I like a good continuity and stuff, but for this spontaneous type deal, I like it that I can fish with Ken some. If Ken can't fish, I can fish with
another one. Yeah.
Carson or somebody, whoever. I like that.
Yeah.
It gets people to meet people. Like there's no pressure for $10. Like nobody's gonna fish. Like it's like I'm with Ryan. I really like the $10 spontaneous team. Get on, won't don't if you don't.
Yeah.
Ryan and Chuck, when they won that last one, neither one of them cashed a check, but I think they took home $160 or something a piece, something like that. I can't remember exactly.
I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was just fishing and
I think
driving down the road and
you were like 6th place and Chuck was like 11th or something.
Chuck.
You guys took some money home.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, you're up, Mr. 3rd place for the day.
Yeah, well, backstory, I've been kayak fishing. I mean, I guess you could say I'm a veteran. I mean, I've been doing it for 6 or 7 years. I mean, I love this. I have a passion for the sport. I love fun fishing. I love competing. I really like the challenge. I know it's hard sometimes, but I guess that's what I love about it is just pushing me to the limit to, just to do good. And I guess I love that. It's hard to explain, but I love that.
Yeah, you get excited before the tournament. You get butterfly. Oh yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I've never been driving home after a bad tournament, regretting the whole day. Like I always enjoy the day on the water, even if I don't, catch. So I just love the sport, and it's always like, what did I do wrong? What can I do next time to, keep the wheels moving to be better the next time?
Yeah, you usually see it after the fact. Yeah.
So, Saturday, y'all know how I get down. I am a top water addict. Okay. how I usually do it, I love to rotate my top waters. I'll put them all out there: buzz bait, walking bait, whopper plopper, because the fish are always in a different mood. They might want this one day, and you kind of got to rotate them. That's what I've always learned. One day they might be on a buzz bait, one day they might be on a whopper plopper. But early in the morning, I was getting a lot of short strikes, like Ken was saying. I mean, it was like 30 or 40 minutes of straight short strikes, and I was like, "What's going on here?" Like they were like completely missing my bait, like a foot away from it, and I was like, "Okay."
Come on.
Yeah, so I was just kept covering some water. I was stumpy. And when I go there, I don't really have specific areas. I just cover. I try to like make a milk run around the whole place. That's what I do. Um, and just covering water. And I ended up my first fish. It was like a small spot. I think he was 12 inches. I mean, I caught him. I didn't really put it on the leaderboard yet because sometimes it'll kind of slow me down. If I'm trying to get a morning bite like that, I won't post my fish right off gate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Came around the corner, and have you ever noticed how like a spotted bass, they will knock the crap out of your bait, but a largemouth, they'll just go swoop,
Oh yeah.
they'll suck it in. And I knew I caught like my first decent fish was on. It was a largemouth, and caught him on a whopper plopper. Got him in the boat, kind of just flipped him in there. Sometimes I use my net, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just crazy with it. But then I kind of went through that slow spell, kind of like what Ken did. It was kind of like I was moving around, looking at stuff, kind of seeing what was going on. And I went like a few hours without a bite. And I was just running back and forth, like trying to, get a grasp of what was going on. And just kind of put a jig in my hand because this time of year, well, with a 3-fish limit, I always look at it like I'm trying to catch big fish. So I lock my, True South Custom Lures fathead jig in my hand.
Yeah.
And because that's just what I like. And or I mean, no, actually it was a rock. No, it was a fathead. Skipped some docks, had some strikes, and then about finally I got my second fish, and he was in dirt shallow water, like what AVD said. It was like he was in like a foot of water, and I skipped this dock, and he was right there, and he hit the jig and jacked him in the boat. And I think that was my 17. I think that was I can't remember if it was a 17 and a quarter, 17 and a half.
What time was that?
I can't remember. I might be able to bring it up real quick. Let's see. I can bring it up real fast.
I'm looking at it. 11:57.
Okay. So it was kind of, it was a long spell. Like I caught a couple small ones and I was like, and then I was in an area where I kept having bad signal. So it was like one specific area, and I was sitting there trying to get my pictures, but I finally gave up on that. So I kept skipping the jig, nothing. And then I think about like hour or two left in the tournament, I got a couple brush piles that I always run to, and they don't always produce. It's almost like they're missing hit. And I kind of came up on, I think that's my biggest fish. Yeah. Yep. So my bigger fish came on a deep brush pile in like 20 feet of water, kind of in the middle of a cove. But they're not always active. Like there's always fish there, but it's like they're kind of picky, or maybe they're crappy. You know how on a brush pile you'll have crappie, you'll have different stuff. I flipped a shaky head in there and dropped it down, and I seen him on my active target go straight down to it and thump it. So, I mean, I just caught him deep and reeled him in, and that kind of put me where I needed to be. And
so you are scoping. I did not realize that.
Yeah, but it don't always work. A lot of people think that it's a lifesaver, but it's really not. It can almost burn you sometimes.
Get caught
it's
up
like 50% of the times it'll help you. 50% of the times it won't. It almost aggravates you. If you see what I mean, like you're seeing what they're doing, but they won't bite. And I caught some other fish later in the day. They just wasn't helping me. I think my smallest was 16. I think like 16 and a quarter.
16.
But yeah, that's kind of, going back to the active target. It it can help you sometimes, but it can burn you because I've sit there too long messing with it.
Oh yeah.
And see, I like to cover water. I'm more of that covering water person. So I kind of always in that balance of when to stop, when to do this, because that's what's key in the tournaments is making them decisions like that.
Oh, for sure. And fishing clean, you know, that's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yes.
Cooking every bite. I mean,
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. Had a good day. Well, I always have a great day fishing, even if I catch a couple or if I catch 20. It's I always have a fun day.
yeah, man.
I forgot to say something. Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to thank Right Baits one for making a great bait, helping out the club, and my Hobie Eyewear, my glasses. They make the best polarized sunglasses for the price. You cannot beat it. I don't care if you're a Costa fan, an Oakley fan. The only ones I haven't that may or may not be better because they're so expensive. I don't know if anybody has Leopolds. They may be better. But I've got buddies that have glass lens Costas, and I can see just as good, if not better, with my $90 Hobie Eyewear. So if you're looking for some good polarized sunglasses that don't break the bank, and they have a floating series that if you drop them
I've seen that.
back, they just
I'm
chill
looking
right
at those.
have them. And they're coming out when they only had like a couple pairs of the floats when every couple of months they come out with another set of floats. So if you don't like the way that some of them look, they might come out for something. I mean, they're worth monitoring and keeping up with.
Yeah.
But but those two those two companies I wanted to shout out specifically.
Absolutely, Alex. Yeah, I see Nick Huddleston had a pair of Hobies for sale.
For $40, that's what
That's a good deal.
$40 cash laying around. I would have just grabbed.
I wear Oakleys right now, but I have been looking at them because I'm kind of stuck like back in time wearing Oakleys, and I'm ready to kind of find something.
I'm a brand specific person, and it was hard for me to get away because I played baseball growing up, and Oakley is king in baseball, and so it was hard for me to get away. But I mean, what are Oakley polarized like $240, $190?
I think I paid $140 or something.
That's still not bad, but check them out. Be worth it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Thanks. Well, Ryan, thank you for your recap. And
yes, I want to thank you and I want to thank you and Ashley and Garrett and all the sponsors of the Foothills. I mean, this is what makes it happen, you know, in this trail.
Absolutely.
I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all have it's a solid trail, and I love what y'all do, and glad to be part of it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully next year we tried to make it happen this year, and we just kind of had to prove ourselves. Hopefully we'll be a Bass Nation qualifying series next year. I feel like it's 98% going to be the case, but we'll talk about that more later in the year. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, all the support from across the different clubs, the guys from down west, all the Queen City guys, the guys who kind of cut their teeth there, man. I appreciate all those guys kind of coming on board. We just wanted to do something local.
Yeah.
And
first tourney had 14 people.
That's right. Yeah, you were there for the first one. And it's not so much about growth, I don't have any aspirations to have some big trail. Man, I just want to fish good competition and stay within an hour of my house.
Yeah. Because we have great competition lakes. There's plenty of, we need to take advantage of like the resources that are close when we can stay close. Like you said, it's great.
Absolutely.
I love fishing local. It's hard for me to, it's just hard for me sometimes to go too far away,
Yeah.
Work and family, you gotta balance it all, it's so
man.
hard,
Yeah, you buy enough. I know I buy enough soft plastics, I don't need to spend $200 on a tournament trying to go fish somewhere, but it's all good, man.
Yes.
It's cool the scene we got, lots of opportunities. I mean, if somebody really wants to fish, I mean, and Ryan said it the other day at the ramp, it's every other weekend pretty much now. If you want to find a tournament, it's out there.
Yes.
But thanks, Ryan.
Yes, man.
We look forward to the video.
Yeah, I'm working, man. I'm behind on the videos.
That's all right.
I'm getting there.
We'll switch it over to Bobby. Bobby, coming out of Archdale, you said?
Yep.
Bobby came in second place this weekend and took big fish. Bobby, I paid you out $585,
Yeah.
just under the $10.99 threshold. So that's where you want to be right there, man.
That's right. Yeah. Keep Uncle Sam out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But Bobby,
Yeah.
just if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself,
All right.
how long you been doing this?
I'm the old man of the group. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
But I'm like Ryan. I've been doing this since I think my first tournament was 2015 with CKA. And that was before, Tourney X. That's where you took your picture. I think we used digital cameras and took them to the ramp, after the tournament, and somebody to judge your pictures. That was my first tournament right here at Randleman. I'm very close to the Randleman Reservoir.
Okay,
that's kind of my home.
The Big Fish Lakes.
Anyway, so yeah, that was 2015. Then 2016, I stepped it up and been with CKA and try to fish all that I can, but I hadn't been very successful. I can count on one hand how many top tens I've had. So
yeah,
I've been doing this a long time, but I'm like Ryan. I just love the competition. I love to be out on the water and fish. And, when it means something, it's just more fun.
It is. That's right.
It's fun when it doesn't mean anything, but
yeah,
it's just neat. I don't know. I just love it. So that's when I found your group, Cody. Nobody told me about it. I'm looking through Tourney X. I'm like, what's this Foothills? Where, I'm like, well, darn, I'm going to go fish with them since if I don't have to be a member,
Yeah.
So yeah. Where'd I go? I went to the state park ramp.
Okay.
I don't fish Norman much. I fished there. That may have been the third time I fished there. CKA did. We had our first tournament there back in March.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think I finished like 17th or 18th in that tournament. So I didn't catch a big one. That big fish makes all the difference.
Oh, for sure.
So if I had not caught that 21-incher, I would have been in like 15th place.
Yeah. You'd have changed him
20th,
over.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I launched at the state park. It was dark. I'm not used to being quite that dark, and I couldn't. I was throwing top water. I couldn't see it. I gotta see it. I gotta see my top water. So I think I'm working it. And I threw it in the tree one time because I didn't know the tree was there. Didn't see it.
Yep.
So I put that away till the sun started coming up and was throwing a spinnerbait. So I'll throw this spinnerbait. I can feel that and I know where it's going. And I caught a 16.5 right off the bat. I mean, it just bam. And I was just right by the ramp. I mean, I hadn't gone far because it was kind of foggy and overcast, and I didn't want to get out there with the boats, and I wanted the sun to come up a little bit. So I got the 16.5 and fished around a little more. I caught a couple of little 12-inchers. One with a popper when the sun got up a little bit where I could see it. And once the sun got up and I got tired of fishing around the ramp there, I just started moving around docks. I went across the channel there and started messing around docks with a shaky head. And then I love throw a jig. So I picked up my jig and just started throwing my jig and working it around, skipping under docks and working around docks. And let's see. I think I caught a 12.5 on a jig. And I was like, this ain't gonna cut it. I got a limit, but this ain't gonna cut it. We got to find some bigger fish, and just kept on working down this one side of cove after cove there, dock after dock, and I ran into that 21. It was just right beside a dock, and fortunate to get him in. He was kind of sickly looking though. I don't know if y'all noticed. He wasn't real healthy looking, but he was long, and I was happy for that. And let's see.
Yeah, long fish.
That's a good fish.
Them spots, man, they can get along for you. They're perfect kayak fish.
You fish Norman 3 times, catch a 21-inch spot. I fished Norman 300 times and I ain't caught one yet. That's awesome.
He was. Yeah. So when I caught him, I was like, okay. I still didn't think I could do very good in the tournament. I didn't, even with a 21. Okay, because I knew Ryan was back there. I knew Tim Sabella was in this tournament.
Yeah, Tim was.
John, Brian Tokus. These guys, I know these guys. These guys, they win tournaments. They're the top.
Man.
I've got to get some bigger fish. So I just kept on just throwing the jig mostly. I did throw a shaky head a little bit. Threw a Cinco a little bit, but I mainly got bit on the jig, and I was able to call up. Let's see, had the 16.5, 21. I think I had a 14 or 15. I finally caught a 16. I don't know what time it was. It was getting late. that's another thing. Time is like it's like warp speed in these tournaments. You think you got all the time in
Yes.
the world.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you're down to an hour. And you're like, geez, I got to catch something. And
Yep.
anyway, I think I had an hour and a half left to get rid of the 16, and I never could. I caught another 12. A little rat got off. I don't know how long he was, but he wasn't very big. He jumped off. So I never run into another bigger fish. So
Yeah, you were right there, man. What,
yeah.
a
But
quarter
honestly,
of an inch separated you and Cameron.
Yeah, I didn't think it would hold. I didn't. I thought after everybody got through uploading all their fish and all that I'd be in the top 20 somewhere maybe.
Yeah.
I really did. I was like, wow. So I don't know. It was fun. But I was lucky. I was just lucky to get that 21. That's all it
And
was.
this
Yeah.
time of year at 21 is big
Yeah.
deal.
Yep.
It made
Oh, yeah.
a difference in the world.
Yes.
It made
Especially
all-
for Norman.
So
Yep.
that's pretty much it. But yeah, like Alex was saying, once the boat traffic got going, that was fun. Riding the waves, and dodging the waves, and like Ryan was saying, with his Tourney X, yeah, I had to uninstall and reinstall because I couldn't get any fish to upload at all.
There's terrible signal up there on that part of the lake. Terrible.
Okay, all right, because I usually don't have any trouble at all, but yeah, I was struggling with that, so
Yeah.
I got them in. So yeah, that's what counts.
Are you qualified for the Bass Nation stuff, Bobby?
Oh heck, I don't know, Cody. I don't
Really?
know. I don't know nothing about that stuff. You see?
Yeah. You're a member CKA, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they should take the top 30% from the AOI.
Really?
I don't know where you're standing on that.
I think I'm in 8th with CK.
Yeah,
I'm in
you
8th
should be.
place.
Well,
So,
maybe you've seen something that'll help you because it's on Norman this year.
Yeah.
November 4th.
I did. I think Hank did a little thing on Facebook, and I was reading it. And,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's worth coming to. I mean, that's sort of the big time for us, here in North Carolina, as far as you got a chance to get on the stage.
Yeah, we'll see. I did fish. I did a Hobie Bass Open on Norman back in 2019, Ryan. It was right when COVID started. It was the March that COVID was hitting bad. That's getting ready to shut everything down.
Yeah.
But we still did the Hobie. Oh, I did terrible, guys. I was like 90 something in that tournament.
I wasn't far from you. I was.
That was very humbling. That hurt. It did. But
Is that where the weigh-in was at GoPro?
yeah. Is that the little GoPro thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. So Cody, I tend to shy away from the national stuff.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the local stuff till I get better.
Well, if you make the Bass tournament, the Bass Nation stuff, you should come out. I think it's going to be $100 tournament, and there'll probably be 100 people. I mean, it'll be a big payout event.
Yeah.
And,
I'm a big donator. Yeah, I'm a big like a political donator. I'm a kayak bass fishing donator.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The fishing's a lot better on Norman in November too. Things will start.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that would be different. I'll have to come hang out with Ryan. He'll have to teach me.
Hey,
that's pretty much it. That was like I said, when I got home and was checking, it was after, it was like 5 o'clock when I got home, and I was checking, and I was like, well, I'm still in second, I guess. So yeah.
Nobody was sandbagging on you.
No, nobody was sandbagging. Nobody was holding back. So
well, I know, like you said, Tim Sabella was in there. Landon Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some guys who you expect to be up there.
Exactly.
That didn't have good days at all. Austin caught one fish.
Yeah. Austin Vang. Yeah.
Ped. I mean, some of the dudes who normally do good.
Exactly. That's what that's what I was figuring, and then
this time of year can be so miss or hit. I mean, it's
But I saw Ryan; he was coming up quick. Last time I looked at the leaderboard. He was right there. I was like, well, yeah, I'm getting ready to get steamrolled right here. The next 2 hours, I'm getting ready to get steamrolled.
I was trying, but man, it was hard. So I just was like,
I know.
I'm gonna let y'all have it.
The last couple hours for me was real tough. I didn't get many bites and nothing big at all. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. So. It's all
Well,
right.
Bobby, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
And
I
you
really
can hang
do.
out if you've got to go. We understand that too, but you can hang out for the rest
All
of
right.
the
I'm
rest of
good.
the time.
I'm gonna hang out. I want to hear Cameron.
Yeah, we
say
got to
it.
hear
All right.
Cameron's day.
He
So
whooped my
talk-
tail. I want to see how he did.
I talked to Cameron, and he said I'm going to preempt him a little bit. He said this was his first ever win, and he was
That's
super
awesome.
excited.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, super pumped, man.
Good
We
job.
had a little scare at the beginning, or after I got home. I started looking at fish and stuff, and then somebody made me aware of that there may be a problem with one of Cameron's fish, and I was like, oh no, and I was trembling as I was texting him the message. Do you have a video of this? And I'd be dadgum if he didn't say yes, I do. I got a video.
Dang, that's
Always
good.
take video. Always.
My continents just came back. I was so happy that he had the video of that fish. But we'll let Cameron tell his story, and then we'll show the fish, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But stage is yours, buddy.
All right. Well, Saturday morning I dropped in over there beside the Blue Parrot and Toucans and all that. I always forget the name of that ramp.
Yeah, Pinnacle.
But Pinnacle, there you go. Yeah. So I went. That's always a place that has light, and I'm not usually one to drop in super early like that where it's still dark. So I don't want to be hitting rocks and trees and all that in the water. So I went somewhere there was going to be light. But got over there and threw topwater around for a little bit, and they were short bite net, just like Ryan said he had going on. So I threw a wacky rig out in the pitch black. Broke a 4-pounder off within 20 minutes of the start. I was like, well, that's my day. I was like, yeah, it's going to be a tough day. But I broke a 4-pounder off and then broke like another small one off. So I ended up taking like 10 yards of my line off just to make sure it wasn't my line. But it's kind of a spot on the lake I've never really fished. Like I just covered water and tried to target where the fish were. I'm usually a dock fisherman because Norman's my home lake. We all know that they love docks on Norman, but that wasn't the case Saturday. I couldn't catch anything under a dock, so
Yeah.
I ended up fishing submerged rocks on points with a weightless wacky rig.
Really?
That's how I caught them, all in about 4 foot of water.
Wow.
And I landed 4 fish all day. That's it. The 3 that I weighed in and a 6-incher. That's the only fish I landed all
So
day.
no weight wacky rig.
Nope, no way.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was wild. I mean, I was gonna like tie on a jig or something and try to fish those rocks, but I don't know, the way I hooked into that, that 4-pounder off the start, and he broke off, and it was like I was like, well, they're that's what they're doing. They're hanging up above the rocks, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm gonna keep throwing it. I'm gonna ride the banks where there's rocks and keep chucking it, and man, that's how I caught every single fish. I mean, bunch of areas I've never been to, so I was kind of lost.
That wacky worm just had to be just floating in the waves and.
Yeah, well, I mean, I caught my last fish. That last fish I weighed in was like, it was before 11 a.m. After that, I didn't get a bite the rest of the day. I mean, it was a long day, but I watched that leaderboard. I mean, I looked at it every minute at least.
I'm still in first.
I mean, I loaded the boat up and I was like, there ain't no way. I saw Bobby's 21 too, and I was like, he's holding one back. He's holding one back. I was like, all he needs is, a quarter of an inch. He's holding
Yeah, man, he was right there.
Yeah, I saw it, and I mean, I got home, sitting in my room talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, it's only a quarter inch. Or say, no way. But man, I'm humbled that it happened. I'm not really new. I mean, I'm not new, but I am still kind of new. I've probably only been kayak fishing for 4.5, 5 years. And I think last year I was on the water 3 times. So I haven't been super consistent with it in the last little bit, but I'm trying to get back into it for sure. I have a bunch of
getting a win will light a fire for sure.
Oh, it has, man. I'm super pumped. It's like
That's
I want to
awesome.
go fishing today.
Man.
I appreciate it. I do.
Let's look at your fish.
Yeah.
This is your 18 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you say you caught that?
I think the 18. I got the picture still.
Yeah,
I know I didn't catch nothing after
10 o'clock.
After like Yeah,
Caught
10,
the
like
18 at 10 o'clock. And that's a good fish, man. I mean,
it was fat. I
18.
mean, I don't know if you guys felt the same way as I do, but those spots were super aggressive on Norman last weekend.
I love catching bigger spots. They fight really good. Love them.
It's like you can't tell if you got a carp or a bass.
Yeah.
Like I
the
said, I
spot
got
was
mine
cool.
in. I got mine in. I was out of breath.
Yeah. And I use light tackle, so I have to wear them out. You know, I have to baby them.
There's your 18.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the controversial fish. And it was difficult to see. I had somebody judging for me. And then when I got home I was looking at fish, and then somebody sent me a message and said, "Hey, you might want to check out that third fish from Cameron." And I was like, man, and then I was bouncing back and forth between the fish. I was like, man, that eye just doesn't look right. And then I compared it to like this guy,
Oh,
his
yeah,
his eyes all bulging out. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, man, something's up there.
I've never seen one missing an eye just like that one. Like it was just perfectly removed. Like
Yeah.
it just looks perfectly removed.
Well, then the video you sent me, like the
Mhm.
picture of the fish there on the board doesn't look horrible. I mean, you can
Yeah.
tell something's up. But then the video you sent me of the fish, I mean, the eye was gone,
Gone.
completely gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
I
But
think
dude,
I
I'm
had
so-
one. Remember, I had one that I had to send you a video
Yeah,
on
you did.
Wiley last
Wiley.
week. Yeah.
Mhm. And David Golding, he sent me a video Saturday of a fish. It was like a 16-inch fish, but
Yeah.
he was just covering his butt. But it's easy to forget to do that. I need to mention that, like in the pre-tournament stuff, and
Yes.
like Eric
Yeah.
from CKA, that dude takes a video of every single fish that he catches, and there's your proof. And it separates your photos, so you got your fish photos. Then I got a video where
Yeah.
that's something to
That's
get
a
in.
good idea.
It's a good habit to get into,
Yeah.
and it takes 5 seconds to do that. So, and if somebody's got a protest or a question, is that the same fish? You got proof. It's not.
Yeah.
I guess like with me running my channel like I do, like they're gonna see it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, that helps too. Yeah.
The
GoPro running it all.
GoPro, that'll suffice too if
Yeah.
anybody has a question.
Yeah.
I know we were watching a video of yours last night, Brian.
Yeah.
And you had 2 fish in the boat. Like on your video, you caught a double.
Yeah.
I forget which event it was, but you caught the double. Well,
Wiley. Yeah.
Was it? And you took the picture on Turning X, and you can see in the floorboard that there's a second fish in there. And that's it. I dealt with that with Carson. Like he
Yeah.
had 2 fish in the boat, but the GoPro proved that it was a double.
Yeah.
And there's another fish in the boat, but I didn't recast, and that's the way the rule states. You can't recast.
Yep.
With a fish in the boat. And Carson, that happened to Carson. It was in his picture, and then somebody protested it in one of the monthlies, and like literally a couple hours later, Carson posted a video on Facebook of him catching a fish, unhooking it, throwing it in the bottom of the boat, and throwing back in there and catching another fish.
Yeah.
Which he didn't know that you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
for lack of
It
prudent,
just
for
leaves the
lack of a
door
better-
open. It leaves the door open for someone to protest.
Yeah. Unless you're running the GoPro, I mean, it's hard to prove. I caught a double, so it'll save you. But
Yeah.
But I'm glad, Cameron, that you had that video. That made my day, man, because I was like, oh man, I got a stomach ache, and I was calling Garrett that helps me. I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do here. And
Yeah.
Garrett's always like, man, you got to rule with an iron fist,
Yeah, I get it, man. You got to. You got to.
I mean,
That's
that's
the way to do it.
it.
Yeah.
You know what? There's no friends in fishing, I guess.
When there's
You know,
money on
it
the
just
line, I
might-
get it.
I guess for new anglers, it just might be one of them things to before a tournament, just make that a note, about the
Yeah,
eye. 'Cause
to mention that if if there's anything wrong with that fish's eye, or if it looks dead or sick,
yeah,
take a video of it swimming away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something definitely need. Because it would have hurt, man, to take your $500 from you over.
yeah,
About had to replace that with my 10-incher that I caught.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Well, he may have another fish, but it's probably not going to be it's probably really going to bump him all the way out of the money. But
yeah.
I'm cool catching 3 quality fish. I mean, especially on Norman. We catch a lot of dinks on Norman for sure.
yeah,
So
man,
just 3 decent fish is nice to have.
absolutely.
3 solid ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
an
18 and a
18,
quarter. He was probably
18
close
and a
to
quarter,
that.
an 18, and a 17 and a half. So I mean, that's you'd kill for a limit like that in any event for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're happy for you, Cameron. Thanks
appreciate it.
for coming out. Hope
Yeah,
you
I'd like to give Riot Baits a shout out for
Yeah,
allowing
man.
me to join their team this year. So super pumped to do that. It's a bait I really believe in. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
Heck yeah, man. And Bobby, you got anybody you want to give thanks to, or
Thank you, Cody, for
well,
putting on the trail.
I appreciate it. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
Ryan, I watch your videos and stuff. Learn stuff from you.
Thank you.
As well as many others.
Yeah.
Blanchard and there's a bunch of others out there too.
Yeah, I go out there and just share my day on the water. I mean, you don't see me catching 5-pounders all the time because
that's you don't always you're not always going to catch 5-pounders all the time.
yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Ryan, anybody want to shout out?
Shout out, man. True South Custom Lures. I just love their jigs, love all their baits. Shout out to my great wife for letting me support me in this crazy mess. But I love it. So, she loves it too. So, and thank God for giving me another day to enjoy my passion out here on the water, man.
Heck yeah, man. Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on.
Enjoyed it.
Maybe one of the better podcasts we've had. I know now that I can have 6 people on the screen at one time, so maybe we'll bump that up to the top 5 from now on. Yeah. Ken, are you still here?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, buddy. Well, Alex,
It was a lot of fun.
popped out on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate you too, man. Keep posting those good videos, and it'd be hard to top this last one, Ken.
Oh no, he's got the momentum running. He's got the momentum running.
Well, I appreciate all.
Well, I'm
you guys.
definitely ready for the next one.
Yeah, me too.
You fishing the charity event, Ryan? I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there as well.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. We may show up. We'll see.
It's Norman. You can't miss that.
Man. You got a chance.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
We don't really have. We'll not have another tournament. It's like 6 or 7 weeks. The end of September. What is it? CKA's next week.
James, I believe, right?
Yeah, our next one will be Lake James or Scott, Angler's Choice. And it's a little thing we call the Reservoir Battle. It's the headwaters of the Yadkin versus the headwaters of the Catawba. And those lakes, Scott's more of a largemouth fishery. Lake James has all 3 bass, and it can go either way. This will be the 4th event of the Reservoir Battle. Lake James has won twice. Scott won back in the spring. B put up almost 3 20-inch fish. His bag was 58 and a half inches out of Scott. So that lake fishes good in the spring. And it's, predominantly largemouth, but it'll be a minute before we get back on the water with Foothills. We got the monthly stuff going. CKA's next weekend. No, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, next weekend on Tuckertown. Queen City has an event on Norman, the Emerald Charity event, the week after that. And then the 26th, the Cape Fear River is CCKF and the Upstate Kayak Anglers. have an event down on Lehman Lake, which is somewhere in just south of the border. But they're a motor club too, upstate guys. So plenty of stuff to still fish. But yeah, we hope you guys will come out and fish with us again at the end of September. But I appreciate y'all coming on tonight.
Yes. Thank
And
you,
hopefully-
Cody. Like I said, once again, thanks all sponsors. You and Ashley and Garrett for what y'all do. It's awesome. Just keep it rolling.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate
Sure.
it. I'm gonna pull you guys out of here. I'm gonna spin the wheel
right.
for the members. We do a members raffle at the end of each event. But if y'all need anything, let me know. And again,
Okay.
appreciate all you guys.
All
right, I'm
appreciate
out.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cody.
Yes,
Later.
sir. So that was it, guys. Right around the hour mark. I appreciate these fellas coming on with us and sitting down. Great interview. I felt like 6 people on here. Wasn't sure how that would go, but I think it went good. Just a conversation between some dudes who like to fish. But I'm gonna pull up the raffle wheel. Let's see, and we are gonna spin the wheel as we do after each event and give away some free entries to our members. Here we go. Shuffle it up a little bit. And if you've won a free entry already, you can only win one a year. And that, $30 membership, you get a $40 entry fee. So we've given away 13 free entries. And we just, like I said, we just set it to where you can only win one. If you win, you win your membership back and then some. But here we go. Uh-oh. B Hang is a winner tonight of a free event. I know B hasn't won, so we're going to spin the wheel again. B, I'll let you know you got a free event coming to you. And we'll shuffle it again. Spinning the wheel for our second entry. Free entry to any event remaining in the Foothills season. Oh. Jump. Nope. Frank Hatcher. Frank, you got a free event coming to you, buddy. Heck yeah. And I am going to spin the wheel one more time. I'm going to have to add B's name back because I've hit the remove button for B. So I'm going to add B's name back real quick. Sorry, guys. And Hughes Supply Company has given us some really cool prizes and headlamps, fish scales. We got some cups. We got some external battery packs. Just some awesome stuff to give away. And we're going to spin the wheel to give away some of that stuff tonight as well. And from here on out, we'll do this along with the free entry from Life Ring Ministry. Your free entries this year sponsored by Life Ring Ministry. It's a Christian ministry who really just want to give somebody to talk to. If they can help in any way, feel free to reach out to us. We've posted their number and stuff on our group page. If you type that into the search bar, you can find their information. I know a few guys have used this resource, and we appreciate Life Ring. We appreciate their mission and what they're doing. And, use that resource if they can help you. It's just somebody to talk to. Goes a long way sometimes. But here we go. The Hughes Supply Company raffle, and I got multiple prizes, and I'll give whoever wins tonight their choice of multiple things. Anybody can win this. Who's going to be? Mr. Jackie Hughes is the winner of the Hughes Supply Company raffle tonight. So Jackie will let you know, and we'll give you a choice of all those different prizes. But guys, we'll end it there. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you stayed this long, man, you're a trooper. An hour-long interview. We'll do it again. September the 22nd, I believe, is our next event. We'll have a pre-tournament video, and we'll be sure to mention some of the things we talked about tonight as a reminder to some of you anglers. But lots of opportunities to fish here in the next month. Like I said, CKA's got an event. Queen City's got at least one event, maybe two. They got the Emerald Charity event. CCKF is on the Cape Fear River. If you're west and you want to use a motor, go fish with them. And the Upstate Kayak Anglers down at Lehman Lake, and they're a motor club as well. Be sure to check those guys out and check their Facebook page out and support them as well. But we'll end it there, guys. I appreciate everybody. And if you need anything in the next month, feel free to hit me up. Any questions, whatever. I'm here for you guys, and I appreciate the support of our little club.